Hello guys, and welcome to Genshin Impact video. Well, I'm gonna be very descriptive, well, pretty much very fast with the topic because I'm just gonna do the polls and that's pretty much it. But to keep it simple and easy, and this video won't last like maybe 5 or 10 minutes. From today's day, I'm not gonna be very serious about the game. Now, what did I mean about that? So, just to give you a heads up, when was the day that I started to play this game? Let's start from there. When did I start to play this game? 27th of September 2020. Wasn't that the date that Genshin Impact was released? Well, from that date, when you start to play the game repetitively, without any improvements or pretty much something cool, something that at least the developers can give us a bone, tends to be boring. Now, what do I mean about this? So let's say, for example, I go directly to any map, right? Like, for example, this map. Okay? So at the beginning, we got Mondstadt and Liyue, so we can explore. We can actually get a lot of like materials, and pretty much that's the way we actually get it. Like, from the beginning, it was actually amazing. I think that from the Corona issue or the Corona problem that we had, this game was absolutely good, and it was free to play, of course. Despite of all the issues that we had from the beginning, the game was still entertaining. To apologize for the in the chat for all those people that had hack on 2020, because Genshin Impact was not a very good game in regards about security. At the beginning, the security sucks. PC players got hacked a lot. The PlayStation players was the only people who absolutely got safe from the hackers. And well, whatever people who actually played in 2020, I think that many people knows what I'm talking about. So regarding about that and any other issues, the game started to get boring for me when I started to play Inazuma. I'm sorry, Sumeru. In Sumeru, that is where you notice that all my 100%, as you can see, everything is 100%. Liyue, I think that I'm missing, yeah, just the champs I'm missing, but mostly, except for this area, of course, because this was new, mostly everything from here, it's 100%, almost everything. I was surprised how in Inazuma I actually got everything at 100%. I was actually surprised there. But Sumeru, everything started to downgrade it for me because there was a lot of like riddles, a lot of problems. Even so, this was actually like around 50-60%. I just did it because I said to myself, hey, you know what? I'm just going to explore a little bit more, maybe get a bit of content. And I don't know, maybe Fontaine, that is where my fun started to progress again. Yes, Fontaine was much fun for me in that time. That kind of like underwater mechanics, which, to be honest, I'm very afraid of underwater levels. I have big trauma from Banjo-Kazooie when Snackers the shark attack you. Well, that's what all my traumas started with. From there, I absolutely hate playing underwater levels. This was the exception. Of course, I think in this area, 100%? Really? I did this 100%? Okay. I'm just surprised at how I was actually to get 100% everything here. So I'm actually surprised there. But even Fontaine was very fun. I think that I overcome my traumas a bit, and I started to play a bit more of underwater levels. From Nathan, I can say 50-50. That is where everything started to get a bit more boring. That is where my fun started to downgrade, start to low. Like my fun here was just like, this is, I don't know. From Nathan, I just lost all motivation to play Genshin Impact. Not over the fact that we got some problems now where Mavuka, you need Chitali, or Chitlali, I think that is called, in order for Mavuka to actually work, besides of Bennett. Then now they are giving us another character called Escoffier, which, to be honest, I don't hate the character. It's cool. I really like it. And in terms that she's gonna be the next cryo character that it will revive the cryo meta with Hydro, I think it's a good start. But they started to do what Honkai Star Rail is doing, that you need specific characters in order for other characters to succeed. So unfortunately for me, I don't like that kind of stuff. Like, of course, if you don't have Escoffier, can I use my Diona to make work Skirf? I think that's the name. Skirf? You know, the next cryo character that it will break the meta in Genshin Impact. So no, I don't think so. Like, pretty much Escoffier is the cryo Bennett. We already have Sarah. We already have like Cookie. We also have like Mika in terms of physical cryo damage. Bennett is now for fire. Like, every single one of our characters already have specific characters for their elements. And that is where, well, now specifically, you need certain characters to make the other characters to shine. And for what I heard, Skirf is not going to be a friendly character to play. You absolutely need to invest money, weapons, and constellations in order for her to work. It's not that she's bad as Daya. Daya was just, even if you put constellations on her, she will suck. She will still suck until C6. I think that is she turned to be a bit much better. But in Skirf, you need to have constellations in order to make her work. For what I heard from decent leakers, for what I heard, okay? It's not guaranteed, but they're trying to milk you as soon as possible. Lastly, and no whatsoever, so I can finish this, is that besides of characters that you need to work the other one to make the meta or whatever, I don't play meta in my point of view. I want to play my Hydra characters. I really want to play my Hydra characters. Now, this will work with Nevelet. Definitely will work with Nevelet. Yellen? Yellen, for example, I love my Yellen. I really love my Yellen. Since the day that I actually got the Aqua Simulacra, I know for the fact that my Yellen will be special and absolutely cool. But I haven't played Yellen for a while. So having Escoffier will actually work. Nevelet will absolutely work with Escoffier as well. Tartaglia, more or less like that as well. Like, most of the Hydro DPS characters will benefit from Escoffier. So having having a ice character, cryo character that it will break the meta for Hydro and it will make our other characters to work, that one makes me a bit more motivated to continue to play. I don't know if I want to go for Skirf or whatever, but whatsoever, playing the same thing, playing the same content repetitively, new area, new or new events, whatever, etc., etc., it gets repetitive. Very, very repetitive. And I'm not gonna waste any more money on the battle pass on the Welcome Moon, to be honest. I'm over it. It's still on my budget. Don't get me wrong, it's not that I'm poor or anything like that. It's on my budget. But to be honest, this game has just started to be boring for me. Honestly. Playing the same thing over and over and over again without any major improvements or any changes or anything that it will make the game much better. Something that the developers don't want. Yeah, the developers, they just heard your complaints and they don't want them. As far as I sustain to this game, it starts to get boring. And I'm not even in a community or anything like that. To be honest, the first week that I started to play this game, the community was horrible. Horrible, horrible, as you can see. So from that week, from the first 27th of September 2020, when I started to join to one of the community, I just exit the community. I'm not into X. I'm not into, like, maybe I heard some over drama that Wuthering Waves is doing much better than Genshin and they're starting to hit that game so hard that they tried to censor the game and tried to ruin the anniversary. Well, that kind of drama, of course. And now that I heard that there's like a kind of like the white knight armor of the Hoyo character, Hoyo, I think they call it Hoyo shields. I don't even know that term. But anywho, I'm just getting bored. So that means I'm not gonna stop playing Genshin Impact, but I'm not gonna be dedicated as I used to be in the past. Of course, again, I appreciate that Genshin Impact arrived in the Corona. It was the best game to play back in that time. But there's better games out there. There's better, well, not specifically gacha games. There's better other video games that I'm playing. For example, I'm almost finishing Persona 3, which that's the reason why I'm not quitting Honkai Star Rail, because I love base turn combat. I think there's a new game called Expedition 33, which is the best. Oh well, he is gonna be nominated in the future as Game of the Year because it's a very good and amazing base turn combat game, which again pretty much is just getting out of my expectations. And what I heard, I think they're gonna do a DLC of Elden Ring. That's the new thing I'm gonna actually start to play. So however, guys, I'm not gonna, instead of playing like maybe 2 or 3 hours of Genshin Impact, I'm just dedicating like 15 or 30 minutes because this game is just being repetitive and it's being boring. Is there anything I want to pray before I'm gonna stop to dedicate this game? Maybe, yeah. Maybe I just want to do one more pray. Alright. Dioses del RNG. Creo que este va a ser mi última oración para ustedes. Dejaré de jugar tanto Genshin Impact, dejaré de meterle dinero a este juego. Voy a ser un free to play jugador, un jugador de free to play. Pero si hay oportunidad, si es que me escuchas, yo sé que estoy garantizado Escoffier, pero si en dado caso me puedes dejar el garantizado, o si gano el 45-55 con esta Navia, te lo estaría agradeciendo. Y si en dado caso no consigo Navia en esta versión, si es posible conseguir a Skirk en la siguiente versión, yo te estaré muy agradecido. Skirk la verdad no me interesa tanto, pero si no estoy interesado en los banners siguientes, y yo sé que no voy a unir tantos protogemas para poder obtener esos personajes, así que solo espero un milagro de parte de ti. Y sería todo. Realmente creo que eso sería todo. O si pierdo el 50-50 con Navia, o si no lo obtengo Navia, al menos dame tu fuerza para obtener a Skirk en la siguiente versión. Eso sería todo. Y de plano ya no estaré jugando tan seriamente este juego. Realmente me tiene muy aburrido, pero te lo estaré agradeciendo. Amén. Okay guys, that's all. Wish me luck. Escoffier is guaranteed, so I'm not going to be praying for that one. Hopefully we can get Navia, and if I don't get Navia, then that's pretty much it. I think I'm in pool 65 for what I know. Let me check my history. I think it was 65. Or 60? Yeah, I'm in 60, so this is 70. I think I want to do singles from here. Yeah, let's do singles. 71. 72. 73. 74. 75. Oh, it says 75. Thank you.
科学料理のシェフカーネル・デセール・エスコフィエよ。鎌倉におられたお方の賓客であるあなたはテイワット最先端の美食を享受するに値するお人。私の料理がお気に召しますように。もし料理の技法に興味があるのなら、私が持つすべてを伝え、あなたを料理の殿堂に導いてあげる。 でも私の教え子になるからにはきちんと心の準備をしておいてね。途中退学は許さないわよ。
I'll just end the video. Again, good luck if you're going to be pulling for Navia or for Escoffier, or if you're going to be pulling for the other characters in the second wave. I wish you the best luck. So guys, that's all. May your hearts be guiding keep. Any schedules that I want to do, I think on Honkai Star Rail, I'm not going to be pulling anything in the next banner. We're going to have the Fate collaboration, which we're going to have a free archer as 5-star Quantum. The first Quantum character male, it's going to be Archer. It's going to be a free 5-star. And then we're going to have Saber, which is going to be a wind character. And that is a banner that is going to start from 0. That's the only disadvantage about that banner. So just to explain a bit about that, is that that banner starts from 0. And the pity is not in there. So if you're telling me, hey, on the promotional banner, I lost it 50-50. Can I get Saber as 50-50? No, you start from 0. The good thing is that it's going to sustain for 2 patches. So you have a lot of time to try to go for any other character from there. But otherwise, I'm just going to be saving. So Honkai Star Rail's out of the question. And Zenless Zone 0. Well, I already pulled for Jane though. I'm actually trying to see if I can get her M2. And if I don't get her, then that's fine. I can actually pull for the new Void Hunter, which is the Ether character, which they provide another element like Miyabi that has like that is not a cryo that's not a cryo frozen character. It's a different element. They're actually doing it with her, which hopefully we don't get any kind of power creep with other characters. Well, that's all. I think that's all of the theory. So see you guys later, and good luck with your pulls. Peace, guys.